Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year to everyone. I know it's been a while and I've been on and off, but hopefully I'll be here a little bit more often. I hope everyone have a good year and all your dreams come through. Alright, for this video today, like the title says, I'm gonna give you some tips in the dental hygienist application that I did for this current year. For those who don't know me, I'm Johanna Alvarez. I make videos occasionally of traveling, tips, and a lot of stuff in general. But for this video, we only gonna focus on the dental hygienist application. So without saying anything else, let's get into the video. Alright, so before starting with the tips, I want to say that these are tips for before applying and then when you're actually applying right now. My first tip will be shadowing a dental hygienist or shadowing in general, like a general dentist office. And even though a lot of applications says that you don't need to do that, this is extremely helpful because you're gonna get actually familiar with the dental environment, and then you're gonna get familiar with all the instruments that dental hygienists use or dentists use. So you're gonna actually see if you like this career. For my own example, I started like a trained. I did not go to a dental school, dental assistant school, but they actually hired me and trained me, and I could actually perform the job really good. Once you get the dental assistant job, you can put that in the resume in your dental hygiene application, and you can actually build a good relationship with the dentist or the dental hygienist. And then if you feel really comfortable with them, you can ask them to do your letter of recommendation. And that's gonna talk really good about you because they're gonna be able to say a specific stuff about you, like leadership or any like hand and eye skills that you might have. So definitely do this one. My second tip will be going to an open house in the university that you chose. This is gonna help you a lot to gather all the information or to ask any questions that you still have to the faculty or to the member that's doing the open house. I did this twice and it helped me a lot to gather all the things that I needed, and they answered all my questions. My third tip will be starting with your prereqs as soon as you can. If you're in high school right now, finishing everything, as soon as you start college, just go ahead and look into the program that you want. Let's say that is BCU. You're gonna look online and they're gonna have like all the information about the prereqs, the classes that you need in order to get into the dental hygiene program. Some of them will include like human anatomy, biology, chemistry, math. So be really careful with what you're taking in college because for my own experience, I changed my major many times, so it ended up wasting like a couple of years because the dental programs only accepts like once a year a certain amount of students. So just make sure you're doing your classes and you're making sure they are the right classes for the dental hygiene program. My other tip will be getting your dental radiation safety certificate. It is really cheap. It's like a 200 something like that. You can do that online or in person in any community college around your area. Why is this important? Because you're gonna use actually this certification once you get into dental hygiene school when performing x-rays to patients or to each student that you're gonna practice with. And this is actually something that you can put in the application as a supplemental document, and they're gonna actually look for it and it's gonna talk really good about you too. This course only takes a day to do, around 4 hours, and after you take the class, in my case I did it online, and then at the end I took the test, and then if you pass you get the certificate like the next day or a couple of days after. So it's really convenient, and if you're gonna be working in a dental office, you're actually gonna use it. So definitely do this one. Right, another tip that I will tell you is doing volunteer in at least one or two places. It's not required in dental applications, but it is strongly recommended because it's gonna talk really good about you one more time. And why I keep saying this, because they want to make sure you're a person that's gonna stand for the community. Being a dental hygienist is actually something that's gonna help the community, because even nowadays there is not enough dental hygienists, so they want to make sure you're gonna be able to finish that program and give back to your community or wherever you live. Back to the volunteering, whatever hours you want to do, and then you can actually put it in your resume. When I was doing my application, they ask like if you work in a place or you volunteer, and you're gonna put the name, information about them, phone number, and one more time, this is gonna be really good for you and for your own self. All right, my other tip is gonna be about the letter of recommendations. All right, if you're close to start your application, make sure you start early asking for those letters, because people is busy. So for example, I asked one of my professors and it took him about a month and a half to give it to me. They keep forgetting, so you gotta make sure you're talking to them, sending emails, reminding that, hey professor, don't forget that I need this letter, this is the due date, but make sure you're starting on this ones really early, as maybe you're gonna start last minute and you might not get it. So make sure you get this ones early. This is something that happened to me, and I was expecting to get it earlier, and so it delayed me, and I have to ask another professor to get it for me. So make sure you get this ones early. Another thing about the letters of recommendation is that you want to ask someone that truly know you and will say some specific stuff about you. You don't want anyone that just random and don't know you or don't know what to say about in the letter of recommendation. So you want someone that's gonna talk really good about you, is gonna stand with you, and gonna say your qualifications, skills, and stuff like that. And for my specific case, I had 2 letters. So one is for a professor and one for a dentist or a dental hygienist or a professional where you worked at. So for my case, I chose my dental hygienist, which is one of my friends that I work with. And I think this is gonna help me a lot because she actually knows me and she saw me working with her. So make sure it's someone that knows you really good. My other tip will be about the essay. All right, for my case was 1,000 words, which is not too much. It's around like 3 pages. My personal experience, just start early, because you always want to change something and you keep reading it 1 and 2 more times and you want to change something. So make sure you start with time and maybe ask someone to read it for you, so you take their opinion to see maybe you can change something and they give you more ideas. Also for your own self, maybe you remember an experience that you have and you want to add it to your essay later on. So start early instead of like being last minute where it's not gonna be really good for you. When you do the letter of recommendation, this is actually really good for you because it's your time where you can tell the faculty what's good about you, like why they should take you into the dental hygiene program, what makes you special from other people. Make sure you start early, be honest with your experiences, because I don't know, if for my particular case, I'm gonna have an interview, so just be honest, don't be lying, because then you're not gonna have a very good interview and they're gonna feel that too. So make sure you're honest and just start with time. Right, another tip that no one told me and I wish I could have applied for more, is having options. Don't apply just to one school, even though it's the one you really want. In my particular case, I applied to one of the schools I really want and it's close to me, but the dental hygiene program is really competitive. So out of like 130 people, only 30 get accepted. So make sure you have options. I applied to actually just 2 schools, but I wish I did it with time and I applied to at least 4. So having options, researching about the schools you want to go to, if you're gonna have to move because it's like 2 hours away, like researching about the area, the student housing and stuff like that. So don't just have one option because you never know. This one is not a tip, but it's most like in case people are wondering what is inside a dental hygienist application. It's not that complicated at all. You just need to start with time. So when you start, you're just gonna ask for your personal information, like everything else, your certificates, your like high school diploma, your associate degree if you have one, or if you only have the prereqs, you're gonna have to list them there as well. Your transcript, make sure you get your transcripts with time as well. After that, you're gonna get into the point where you actually just do some questions. I can tell you about this one because each program is so different. That's gonna have a specific questions for you. For example, like what skills you did that requires hands and eye at the same time. Also, any experiences that you had. Volunteer counts as really good experience, so you can put that in. You can put as many as you want, honestly. Any like leadership positions in school, or any dental system program that you did, any certificate that you got. For example, the one that I got talks really good about me because I did it with time. I actually have 2 years of dental assistant experience now, so that's really good. You know, that's gonna tell them that I have experience and I know the environment. I'm sure about my choice that I did already, so just keep that in mind. And finally, after you do all your personal information, all your certificates, all your experiences, you have your essay. And then for my particular case, it was 1,000 words, but like I said, each program is pretty different, so make sure you start with time on everything. After the essay, you get your documents, optional documents that you want to upload, like the certification, or if you have maybe a HIPAA or OSHA certificate. After that, you actually have your letters of evaluation, which will be the letter of recommendations, where you can actually just send with the email electronically, and then they can just go ahead and fill that out. So it's not that hard at all. You just need to organize yourself. What I'm gonna do first: do your essay, ask for your letters of recommendations, and you're gonna be really good. You got this. And I think that's all I wanted to say for this video. If I remember anything else, maybe I will upload a small video for that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you're applying to the dental program, I wish you the best. For my own self, I just applied, so I'm gonna be hearing from them really soon. And just be confident and positive. We got this. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.